welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. We're back here at Midfilia, where we continue... yeah, what did we do? While we were tending to business in Fennerland, some new information arrived courtesy of our friends the sylphs. An individual fitting Lahabrea's description has been sighted in the North Shroud. This sighting comes in the wake of a series of mysterious deaths in the South-Same area. My instinct tells me that our man is involved. I would have you continue your investigation where you left off. 12 willing, we will pick up Lahabrea's trial once more. Noraxia can furnish you with the details. Please speak with her and take it from there. As always, be careful out there, Desiree. So, they're still looking for Lahabrea. Right. Noraxia, you know something? Walking One is investigating Sinister One? Then heed well this one's words. This one is friends with a Walking One in the Ash Crown Consortium. According to Friendly One, a Digging One named Medwood had an encounter with a scary Masked One. This Masked One is most certainly Sinister One. Walking One should go and speak with Digging One, Medwood. Digging One is to be found at Fallgourd Float in the North Shroud. Okay. Unattuned. Good, then let's go to Gridania. Huh. Never actually been in the North Shroud on this account. On this character. Come on. North Shroud. Leveling wise, North Shroud actually falls apart into several areas. You have this area here. That is the low level area where you encounter the level 1, 2, maybe level 5 overall mobs. Then you have this area, the Elder Springs. That is a level 25 to 30 area. And you have up here in Proud Creek, where you have mobs beyond level 40, something 46, 47, 48, in that level range. And we now need to go to Fallgourd Float, the town here in the North Shroud. And for that we need to go to the through the level 20 area. Yeah, there someone is riding his fat cat. So, first things first. The Chocobo Keep. And the Everett. Now, Medwood. Please leave me be. I'm not long up for this world. I look death in the face. There's only a matter of time before he comes for me, just like he came for that poor woman. You wanted words with Medwood? Well, as you can see, that might be tricky. He's been this way near for a fortnight. If you need him to make sense in a hurry, might be as I can give you some advice. Though he looks a grown man, Medwood's still a little boy on the inside. You might try feeding him a serving of lentils and chestnuts, his mother's specialty. Stuff should be easy enough to find in Gridania. Oh, and a few soothing words wouldn't go astray either. Nothing like Mummy's cooking and her expert ministrations for the skin... knee, as it were. Okay. I got it. In Old Gridania, here in the market district, there is the shop here. This is an independent culinarian. Crap, I already forgot the name. Sasa Merugla, I believe. It was horrible. A waking nightmare. Cannot unsee. Oh God, what have I done to deserve this? Mommy! I could bet I got one of these for a quest somewhere, but I used it up because this is buff food. You found it? It's my favorite dish in the whole world. Mom made it for me whenever I felt glum, and it never failed to make me forget my... Wait a minute, you're trying to make me tell you about that, aren't you? No, too horrible. It's fine, it's fine. You're right. It's not as bad as it seems. I saw something terrible, that's true, but that hardly means I'm going to suffer the same fate. Thanks to you, I can think straight again. I believe I can even recount what I saw without losing it. It was just another ordinary day. I was headed back to the float when I noticed a suspicious character in the distance. A masked man garbed head to toe in black. He had a hideous fiend in tow, a winged creature that was all eyeball and jagged teeth. Taking my curiosity, I crept as near as I dared. To see the corpse of a woman. One glimpse was enough to tell me that she died a gruesome death. In that instant, I knew right away that the masked man was a minion of Fall, come to claim her soul for his realm. What? You're investigating the same masked man? If that's the case, we'll help you in whatever way we can. Aye. Anything to ensure we won't have to suffer Medward's hysteria ever again. Alright, teamwork. That's what I wanted to... Wait, I haven't been that bad, have I? At any rate, I'm all for helping this adventurer. It's the least I can do to repay her for bringing me lentils and chestnuts. $44. Oh, man. At a level 28 quest. This is so ridiculous. So here's what I know about the deaths. All the victims were found and their faces torn to shreds. Among the local fauna, only the scale clan known as this could inflict such wounds. That's why some folks are pointing fingers at them. I somehow doubt that the answer is that simple, but for the sake of thoroughness, we should look into it. Why don't you put down, say, 6 of the creatures and see if you can find any proof connecting them to the deaths? I consider cutting that out because... we're here for the first time, so... Let's go to take down some zits. Oh yeah, my equipment was completely new except my weapon and shield. You already seen to this? Good work, adventurer. So, were you able to find or to suggest whether creatures are our culprits? Nothing. Truth be told, even if there were proof, I wouldn't know what it would look like. Anyway, I believe we can safely strike this from our list of suspects. Which leaves us with the masked man and his winged eyeball. There's something else I heard about the deaths. It appears all the victims have been comely maidens. I'd better watch myself, huh? And seemingly japes aside, there's a rumor that's been going around. There's some that whisper that after each victim died, her rancor went into the great big rock southwest of here, causing it to flash and mourn. This bears investigating, I reckon. I'm going to give you a fire-sent stick to blow off a piece of that crack. The stick doesn't come with a fuse or anything, so you have to throw the thing. Once you've torn the rock a new one, bring back some of the fragments and I'll give them a gander. And what about you? There's something you should know. I've been keeping this to myself lest I worsen Medward's paranoia, but I too have seen the winged eyeball. I cannot say whether it was coincidence, but my sighting took place precisely the same time as Medward's. I was heading home after a day of digging when a shadow fell over me. Looking up, I found myself locked in a gaze with a giant eyeball. I let out a scream at the top of my lungs and ran without once looking back. This happened at the rocky area west of here, in case you had a mind to investigate. And there's the weakness of a map of Final Fantasy XIV. It is incredibly hard to figure out what's up and what's down. I believe I have to look. Yeah, there's a point I need to look. Down here, okay. Hey, a Bane Mite. No eyeball. Golems. So, there. Click that nice button, target the point, and humming crystals. I remember with my first character I was zoomed in very far and I blew up the rock and expected something to happen and I didn't see, was so close that I didn't see the crystals appearing here. And was confused what was happening. Most folk are too scared to go within 100 ram of a rock of rancor. It has a name, but what's a few vengeful spirits to a dauntless adventurer like you, eh? Huh? Why, these are just your garden variety crystals. It is a bit hard to tell beneath all the dirt and grime, but they're definitely lightning aspected. I almost hate to say it, but that explains the flashing and mourning. Nothing to do with a masked stranger. Looks like I've gone and wasted both your time and the perfectly good fire stick, scent stick. Oh well. A monstrous Bane Mite appeared and you slew it? That creature had long been the scourge upon the folk of Fallgourd. Intentional or no, you have done us a great service. You have my gratitude. But this does make me wonder. Was it truly a winged eyeball I saw? Or merely a trick of light combined with blind panic? Let's take money. Ah! There have been no promising leads in the murder. I can scarce get a wink of sleep knowing that the killer is still at large. Judging by furrowed brows, I take it this sorry business troubles you as much as does it me? I have been pondering my encounter. I was uncertain for a time, but there can be no doubt it was a winged eyeball that I witnessed. It's implausible that I could have mistaken so distinct a creature for a banemite. But you and I were moms apart. How could we have both seen it at precisely the same time? What's more, our adventurer friend he had a run-in with a banemite at the very spot you claimed to see that fiendish eyeball, isn't that right? There must be some explanation. I know I saw an eyeball with wings. I would wager an apple tart on it. Oh, he's serious. But listen, mayhap it's not as mysterious as we're making it out to be. There's no reason why there couldn't be... Gods, of course! There must be more than one of the buggers. So obvious. And then that means... Since there have been repeated sightings of these fiends, there must be even more victims as yet undiscovered. I do believe we are out of our depth. We ought to leave the rest to the expert. Yes, we are just civilians after all. Good luck, adventurer. It was a pleasure knowing you. While I burn to know the truth, some things are best left unknown. Lest you have forgotten, it was at the rocky area to the west that I had my encounter. Should you discover aught of note, you will want to alert the authorities. There's a guardhouse nearby. The serpents there should be pleased for any information that pertains to the security of the region. Let's look there again. There's something. A mangled corpse and a floating eyeball. Now look at that. Hey you, I found a corpse. Greetings, adventurer. Is there aught I might assist you with? Yeah, this ravaged corpse. Gods be good, not again. No matter how many bodies I see, I cannot seem to get used to the horrid sight. Poor woman. Identical deaths have been reported in the Central Short. While the masked stranger you seek does not seem to feature in any sightings of a winged eyeball are common enough. The creature appears to be moving the bodies, but to what end, none can say. The victims have all been young women. All are found with their faces mutilated beyond recognition. It's been difficult to identify them, so as to notify their next of... This button engraved with a lily motif. The very same object was found on another victim. A family sigil, or that of an organization, mayhap? Either way, I dare to hope that this will prove pivotal to solving the murders. Mount speed increase in the North Shroud. I would have you hold on to the lily button. You will need it to continue your investigation. While it isn't standard procedure to entrust key evidence to individuals, you have proven yourself reliable and resourceful in this matter. I see no reason why you shouldn't carry on your work. If I might make a suggestion, you may wish to take the button to Gridania and have it examined by Mion. Mayhap someone in her vast network of contacts can shed light upon this sigil. Let's go to Mother Mion. Good morrow to you, Desiree. By your grim expression, I suspect you aren't here for scones and hop tea. Well, isn't this a lovely little button? The engraving is quite exquisite. Artisan level quality, I would say. Where did you say you found this? On a dead body. Lovely. Anyway, I'm afraid I do not recognize the lily sigil. You will have to find the answer the old-fashioned way, by asking around. You could do worse than beginning with Bernadette, over at the Etherite Plaza. She has a sharp pair of eyes, that one. Need help tracking down the owner of a button. That's certainly not a request I receive on a regular basis. Well, go on, man. Show me what you have. Seems to me some manner of decorative button, reminiscent of those worn by the families of old. Though I cannot claim to know its sigil. However, I can say with certainty that the white lily is a recurring theme in Gridanian culture. Alas, I do not know who would make a personal sigil of it. If there is a soul in Gridania who does, it would be a saint over at the Lancers Guild. The woman makes a point of knowing all the citizens on a forename basis. Over at the Lancers Guild. Bernadette believes that I can help you. Well, that's a rather bold assumption to make. I will try to assist, never you fear. But whether aught comes of it is another matter. Now then, what do you require of me? Do you have any idea where this button came from? Fascinating. Work of this quality is rarely seen in the hands of ordinary Gridanians. The owner of this button is most certainly well-to-do. You may wish to take your search to the Gentry Ward northwest of here. Wait, a memory comes to me. Of late there has been a man who is perpetually seated at a bench by the ward's entrance. His name is Ursandel, and I distinctly recall seeing a markedly similar button upon the breast of his jacket. I dare say he can tell you a thing or two about it. I do not believe you are acquainted. Pray leave me to my thoughts. Maybe you can help me, good sir. Do you know where this button came from? The sigil of a D'Artancourt family. How is it you came to be in possession of this button? From the body of a murdered woman. Her face? Was it marked in any way? I feared as much. I can no longer feign ignorance. I shall reveal to you the truth of the deaths, but on one condition. You promise to put an end to my lady's madness and free her from her torment. Yeah, let's continue. Oh? No, let's continue next time, okay? Yeah, this is a good point to end this, basically. Until next time, then. I am Ace, and don't get lost.